All right, so I just got this brand new F-150 Lightning, fully electric truck, and I wanted to talk a little bit about why I got it and how I plan on using it. Most of my videos so far have been about tree work and firewood and whatnot, which is most of what I do on a day-to-day basis, but we also have this small farm here, 25 acres, where we do agroforestry. We have a little chicken area, greenhouse, and a big tree nursery and annual garden down there. But I also do some carpentry, handyman style stuff here and there. And I need to be able to do little repairs on farm infrastructure. So I need something where I can carry tree work tools and just everyday kind of repair tools. So the truck that this is replacing was actually a Silverado 3500 with a full Redding service body, toolboxes on the side, diamond plate toolboxes mounted on top. So I became really used to all the storage. I mean, I had that thing filled to the brim. So this has definitely required some simplifying, but I figured that this little front trunk dealio would at least help with tool storage. But anyway, this isn't going to be some sort of super duper in-depth truck tour. Like I said, I just got this and I'm really getting stuff dialed in. I haven't really even had a full day to put everything together. I had to keep moving the second I got a truck again, but let me just show you a little bit about how I'm using it now. So just to give you a little idea of what I have in here, like my daily driver, toolkit, some power tools, stuff in these drawers, little light. Anyway, again, this isn't dialed in yet, just a rough sketch of how I'm using it. The back seat of my last truck was completely filled to the brim. I had them all folded up and filled with tools, but now that I have something more reliable, I want to be able to utilize the back seat for passengers here and there. So for now, I just have one seat folded up and I have these little toolboxes in here. This is a little bit inconvenient. I think I'll probably end up putting a drawer system here so I don't have to take these boxes off to get anything out of this, but again, just an idea of what I'm doing with it right now. And I don't want to be keeping this stuff back here because like I said, I want to be able to use the back seat, but I just did a climbing job the other day. Got my rigging line, climbing line, rope pulley, embarrassing collection of seltzer and single-use plastic bottles. But I wanted to keep this stuff out of the weather because I don't have any sort of bed cover yet. This is where you dump electrons into it. It's a little bit of a bummer that this thing doesn't lock because any EV hater can come and just jam-pack this thing full of dirt, which there's really no shortage of those people around here. But I'll talk about that maybe in another video. And the front seat. Just keep a little hand sanitizer here for when I got to deal with dirty eggs from my chickens. Always keep the Felcos close by. Yeah, it's spacious, it's comfortable. The screen is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, when I first saw it, I was bummed, but I'm gonna be honest, I kind of like it now. I just did a road trip in my girlfriend's Mazda and the screen's like this big and it felt too small. And I've only been driving this for a week, so if you're on the fence, if you think it's ridiculous, you might end up liking it. I think I do. I mean, look at this. It's like a giant frickin' iPhone. And if you do have concerns about this crazy screen, I mean, it is a lot at night. Even if you turn the brightness down all the way, you could just hold this little button and then it'll basically make it black. That's upstate New York weather. It's June 1st and it's 54 degrees out. It was in the low 40s this morning. Super duper storage here. I mean, I haven't even begun to utilize it yet, but I have some ideas of what to do here. Maybe customize something. And this doesn't have the little fold down dealio. I kind of wish I had that too, but it still has this, which I don't know why they do that. If you don't have the fold down work surface, it feels kind of chintzy, but maybe it'll be fine. I don't know. I do want to get some sort of bed cover to be able to keep stuff dry back here, but first thing I did was go out and get this toolbox on Facebook for like 90 bucks because I really needed a place to store chainsaws and stuff up there, which means I have to get some sort of special bed cover that's compatible with toolboxes, so that complicates things a little bit. I just got a little weatherproof box for now for some more climbing gear. You always need a rake to clean. I had to drill into this and put a little lock on it because he didn't have the keys for this when I bought it, but also anyone could get a key that'll open that, so I wanted something a little more secure. But just a little peek on what's inside. Again, this is not dialed in at all. Eventually when I get a bed cover, this doesn't have to be in here. This is like mechanic tools and ratchets and sockets and all that. It could go under there eventually, but This toolbox is not waterproof by any means, so that stuff will get destroyed. But yeah, just a couple of chainsaws and fuel and chains and stuff like that. One thing that's a real bummer from transitioning from an 8-foot bed is like these pole saw attachments don't fit in here long ways. My digging bar doesn't fit in here long ways. I kind of want to portion off a side right here for shorter hand tools like shovels and rakes and whatnot, but I still have to figure out something for that. I've really been looking into that T-mat system or something like that to keep stuff from sliding around, and I figured that would be a good way of partitioning a section here for hand tools, but I don't know, it looks expensive and maybe there's other options out there, I'm not sure. There are a couple of dinky things about this truck. I mean, this liner, it's just, you know, super dinky. I think I probably cheaped out on that a little bit. There's probably heavier duty ones or spray-in ones. Another thing I'm a little bummed about is I realized it doesn't have the full 9.6 kilowatt Pro Power thing. There's just 2 regular 20 amp outlets back there, which kind of stinks because I liked the idea of being able to run a welder off of my truck, even though I basically never weld. But it would have been sick to be able to do it. But so far I'm happy with it. Really just having to figure everything out. So I just came to a job to unload these hoses. Just installed a orchard over there, so I'm going to put in like a little irrigation system. But getting in to get them made me think of another thing I wanted to mention. There's like an option to get a little step that comes down that makes it easier to get into your bed, and I thought it would be totally unnecessary. But getting into this truck is actually not super easy. The bed of my last truck was really easy to get into. The bumper came out to like here, and then the tailgate was only like a foot high, so you could just step onto that and then into the tailgate. This one's a little more cumbersome. So to get into the bed, you have to hold on to the side of your bed, step on like a 6-inch by 6-inch section of bumper, not trip over this, and then get up onto the tailgate. So by no means is it impossible, but it's not the most elegant maneuver in the world. So as far as towing and stuff goes, I don't own my own tractor yet, but I do have access to a John Deere 2025R as well as a New Holland Workmaster. I think it's like a 40 horsepower tractor that I could borrow anytime I want. So I needed a way to move them around. I did go for the max tow package on this thing, which rates it for 10,000 pounds. But something I want some clarity on is, I did pop under here the other day and look at the hitch and see it says weight carrying 5,000 pounds, weight distributing 10,000 pounds. So does that mean to be able to tow over 5,000 pounds, I need like a special weight distributing hitch or something? If that's the case, it's a little bit of a bummer. I guess it's my fault for not doing all of my due diligence, but would still be a little bit stinky if that's the case. Most of what I tow regularly is under 5,000 pounds, including the John Deere tractor on a trailer. But I'm pretty sure the New Holland with all its implements like a flail mower and backhoe would be over 5,000 pounds. So I don't know if I need a weight distributing hitch for that. I guess if you know, put it in the comments or something. The biggest concerns that people have with these trucks is the range in wintertime and the range for towing. And I do tow very regularly, and I do live in an extremely cold climate in upstate New York. It's winter like 6 months out of the year and we get a bunch of snow. But I didn't think this would be a major concern because almost all of my work, property maintenance, tree work, towing, is all done within like a 20, max 30 mile radius of my house. So I'm hoping that range, especially when towing or range in the winter, isn't a super big problem, but I knew it was a little bit of a gamble because I live in a very hilly area in the Catskill Mountains. So as far as efficiency goes, this thing is advertised as 2.7 miles per kilowatt. Around here, I've been getting 2.2. It's been rocking about 2 miles per kilowatt until recently I really started using the one pedal drive deal, and I think that's helped my efficiency a bunch. And by a bunch, I mean 0.2 kilowatts per mile. Another thing I think is super rad is the regen brake. So here I am coming into a stop and I'm pulling off the one pedal drive, and you can see that it's recharging the battery, and without hitting the brake pedal at all, the vehicle comes to a stop. That's pretty sweet. But this does have a ton of sweet features. I mean, these cameras are super sick. You know, you could look in front of you, you could look behind you, help you back into a trailer. It's got a video of your bed, which is mostly obstructed in mine because I put a toolbox on it. It's also got like a bunch of these little sensors that let you know if you're gonna back into something, which is pretty sweet most of the time. But it's also been kind of a pain in the butt because, as you can see, our grass is super tall. You know, we borrow someone's mower, so we don't mow as much as we should at all. So when backing down, maybe I'll just show you. All right, so let's say you keep your trailer in the grass or something, or you just need to back up somewhere onto your farm and you haven't mowed in a while. It'll detect that grass as an obstruction and automatically brake you, which is extremely jarring. Let me see if I can get it to do it. See? There you go. It just completely slams on the brakes. You could kind of override it. Here we go again. Boom. Again. And I don't know if there's any way to turn that off, but that's kind of a pain in the butt. I mean, should I mow more? Sure. But should I also be able to back my truck up wherever I want it? Yeah. One thing that I do think is kind of sweet is, for instance, if you're parking somewhere on a slope, which my driveway is, it'll automatically put your parking brake on, which I think is pretty sweet. I mean, I don't think I've ever even had a vehicle where the parking brake wasn't completely rusted out and worked, so I like that. A couple of other random thoughts, I guess. I did spend a bit of time on the F150 Lightning forums trying to learn as much about this truck as possible, and a lot of people were complaining about the sound system. It's like a B&O speaker system, and a lot of people had complaints about it. I listen to music and I'm a musician and I think it's fine. Is it the best in the world? No, but like, I don't really know why anyone would complain about it. It's totally good enough in my opinion. I do love how quiet the truck is. I mean, I have toolboxes in here with drill bits that rattle around and metal pieces and clanking and whatnot, but again, it's a major improvement from the last vehicle I had as far as the overall noise that it produces. So far I really do like this truck. It's super comfortable, it's great to drive around. I'm still dialing in all the storage stuff, but I think I'm gonna be able to make it work for my context. I still gotta do towing tests and see how that affects range in this hilly area, but again, I think it'll be fine. And to be clear, I'm not necessarily looking to turn this channel into like a EV truck review channel or F150 Lightning page. I really do want to focus on my tree and farm work, but I do think it'll be interesting to document how an electric truck like this could fit into the context of a small tree service or farm operation, because a lot of the videos I've seen about F-150 Lightnings have been like family vehicles or tow tests, towing an RV across the country, which a lot of people don't do. And I don't really think it's been explored thoroughly how these could perform as an everyday work truck, especially for like a small business that's not traveling 100 miles a day or anything like that. So I guess if this seems interesting to you, you could subscribe to the channel. I haven't said that yet, it's embarrassing to ask. And if you like the idea, like the video.